I was talking about Dark-type Dharsh. So he is the creator here, and he's a VGC player. He does all these VGC type based videos. And right now, the format what we are following is Regulation F. So I thought, why not like react to his video so I'll understand more better. So without wasting time, just get into it.
Have you ever noticed that some people move through life like they're in Trick Room and others move like they're playing in Tailwind every single day without trying? Some of you eat slow, some of you talk fast, some of you walk like you're late to everything, and some of you haven't changed the way you brush your teeth since middle school. I hope you do. But here's the wild part. The speed you move in real life determines the Pokemon team you should be using in Regulation F and honestly any single Pokemon tournament you will ever play in. Not your playstyle, not your favorite Pokemon, not what the meta says. You, your tempo, your pace, your speed of life. If you pick a team that moves the same way you do, the way you naturally move through the world, everything changes. It did for me and hundreds of players across the world. Your decisions start to make more sense. The tempo feels natural to who you are.
This is what I was trying to say in the someone who was used to usually ask me in the showdown, like how do you pick the team, or you can use Pikachu, can you use Charizard? I'm saying it's not how you actually, it's your favorite. You can use your favorite mon. There's no wrong in that. But also when you are taking the game seriously, you need to go with the regular, like which is actually good at the game, and also you need to build team around the mons which you're gonna select, like also again whether you're gonna go for trick room hard mons or like hard trick room mons or size spam mons, or you also go for a tailwind setup mons, or you're gonna go for a balanced team. That's all completely left to you. You need to balance both, because you might go for a tailwind team and end up facing a Pokemon opponent who has a trick room setup, and you are just bashed over there because he moves. And as Wolfie says, or like any other Pokemon VGC player says, speed matters a lot in the game. So that's what even Darsh is trying to say here.
Turns feel aligned, you stop fighting your own instincts and you start battling like the most you version of you. And today in this video, I'm going to be proving that exact point to you. So stick around. By the end of this video, you will learn these few things. 1, your life speed score. 2, the exact Regulation F archetype that you should be using right now. I mean, start practicing with it today. 3, why this alignment boosts your results almost instantly. 4, at least 2 sample teams that you can try immediately based on the speed of life you move at. And 5, how your speed identity affects your decisions in battle. And if you want the full 20-question speed test and a guide with teams attached to every single speed score you could possibly be, with breakdowns and rental codes, all for free, just comment the word speed and I'll send it to you right now. But before we even test your speed, let me quickly answer the question that you might be thinking. Who is this guy telling me what team fits my personality? If I haven't met you by now, my name is Darsh. I qualified for the Pokemon World Championships while working a 9-to-5 job, while traveling to regionals, playing in local tournaments, and trying to build a YouTube channel after work in the evenings. I'm a normal guy like you. I've competed across the US, competed in London, and right now I'm recording this video in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where I'm competing in the Latin American International Championships. I've beaten players like Wolf Glick and multiple other champions, which is insane to say. I've even coached
literally this guy has defeated Wolfie Glick. Like he has played up against like very good players what we have been looking up to. And dude, if you still don't know who is Darsh, you just have to go and check out his channel, dude. He's really good at his contents, whatever he delivers. I'm curious how he prepares his Pokemon. That's what even I'm curious about that.
Every single level, first-time regional players, and players who are playing on the biggest stage. But what's the biggest pattern that I've seen is that players don't lose because they're bad. They lose because they pick teams that don't match who they are. They pick teams that fight their own personality, that fight their own speed. A slow player will pick a hyper offense team. A fast player will pick a bulky balance team. A chaotic player will pick the most precision style of team. And a structured player will pick a team that's all instincts and then we'll end up overthinking. I've been there. I'm a slower player and I have used hyper offense at a regional before. And guess how I did? 3 wins. My worst performance ever. So when your team moves differently than you do, you're already playing from behind. And in Regulation H, returning December 1st, has
it's Regulation
all
F.
the archetypes possible to match all the different kinds of personalities and speeds of any player in any country, in any town in the world. So
the thing what I was explaining was, if you haven't subscribed to the Darsh, or if you haven't subscribed to my channel, just go and do it.
you're ready to find out your speed. Here's what makes this test different. We're not measuring how fast you battle. We're not measuring how fast you play Pokemon. We're not measuring how fast you team build or take turns or even lock in your team during team preview. None of that. We're measuring how fast you live. Like, live your real life when you're touching grass. I hope you're touching grass. Because your real life tempo bleeds directly into your decisions, your instincts, your patience, your reads, and even your tilt patterns, if I'm being honest. So instead of asking, how do you play Pokemon? I want you to be asking, how do you move in life? I'm going to be asking you 5 questions, and you are going to score yourself on a scale from 0 to 10. 0 being the slowest person, the slowest you can ever move imaginable. Like Torkoal holding a room service in Trick Room that got scary faced and is paralyzed. With 10 being extremely fast, like a Regieleki with Choice Scarf with Tailwind after 3 turns of agility. And of course, there's a lot of room in the middle. Answer honestly, not who you want to be, not trying to fit the personality you think your team is gonna match up with, not who you wish you were, but who you actually are in your life on the day-to-day. And if you're biased, which I know a lot of you are, I was myself too, ask yourself, what would the closest people in my life, my siblings, my parents, my best friends, what would they score me on these questions? You ready? All right, let's begin. These are the 5 speed questions.
Okay.
Number 1, how fast do you eat? How fast do you grub? How fast do you tackle the food?
I am the slowest one, dude. I am the slowest one, Chad. I'm the slowest one here.
Every single bite. Score yourself from 0 to 10. I'm gonna answer this live with you myself. Me personally, I'm a slow eater. I am not the slowest person.
There you go.
One of my cousins, Neil. Oh my God, he takes an hour to eat a slice of pizza. But I'm not as slow as him. So for me.
So what about you, Chad? What about you? Answer it.
Question number 2. How fast do you get ready to leave the house? Whether it's to go to the movies, to go to a Pokemon tournament.
I think it's gonna take me 5 minutes or something.
How fast do you move? Do you take long showers? Do you switch your hairstyle a million times?
Nah. I don't care, dude.
Score yourself again on a scale of 0, taking a long time, 10 being super fast.
I
Question
think
number 3,
7.
How fast are you of a walker? Do you speed run? Or are you basically running? Are you the kid in the airport or in class that is always running down the hallways? Or are you someone who's chilling? You're cruising. You're like, guys, look what's around.
I'm a slow walker. I chill walk. So I can score upside.
My girlfriend always.
First one is 3. Second one is 7. The third one is 5.
And she's always walking
I think,
with me 10 feet ahead of me, telling me I walk so slow. I'm like, yo, relax. Look, we're chilling. We're cruising. But I'm a slow walker. Let me know what you are in the comments. Question 4 is, how fast do you make daily decisions? Are you the person that has to look at the menu before you go, read every single option, read every single review? Or are you someone that's like, all right, I want to watch this show on Netflix. I'm ready. I want to eat here. How fast do you make daily decisions?
Oh, that is like 8. That is like 8. That is like a quick decision.
How fast do you respond to life? Plans changing, schedule shifting, unexpected situation. Do you adapt quickly, or is it harder and you move a little bit slower? And that's totally okay, which either one you are. But please score yourself on a scale of 0 to 10. Okay, so by now you should have 5 scores from the 5 questions that we just asked. I want.
Okay, wait. What was the score I had given? The how slow you eat, I had given myself 3. How far how fast you walk or something, that was 7. What was the question, dude? What was the question, chat? Okay, wait, give me a moment. I'm gonna remove this caption. Okay, how fast do you get ready? That was 7. Then the next question was how fast do you walk? I think I would score myself 5 with that. I'm I just take my own. It's not like I do walk fast or I do walk slow. Then the 4th question was how fast do you make your daily decisions? That's 8. Okay, just like that. And okay,
changing, schedule shifting.
How fast do you respond to life? Okay, cool.
The show on Netflix, I'm ready. I want to eat here. How fast do you make daily decisions?
Okay.
Score yourself on a 0 to 10 scale. And lastly is, how fast do you respond to life? Plans changing, schedule shifting, unexpected situation. Do you adapt quickly, or is it harder?
I quickly adopt it quickly, but I do take some time. So I would scale it 9.
So by now you should have 5 scores from the 5 questions that we just asked. I want you to add those 5 numbers up and divide those by 5. Find your average speeds.
Okay, Shay, you can do that too, and the ones who are watching this, you can do that too. So if I added mine, which is 3, 7, 5, 8, 9, it becomes 32 divided by 5. The average is 6.4. Okay, Oh my god, thankfully. Okay, cool. It's not 6.9, but anyway, it's 6.4. So let's see.
That is your life.
What's yours,
speed.
chat?
That is the number. And here's what that score means. Because using that score, we are going to pick your Regulation F cores or strategies for you to dominate the next few months of competitive
3.4, okay.
I did
That's
this myself,
interesting.
And I went to 4 day 2s in a row. I qualified for the Pokemon World Championships. I earned $1,000 to be here live in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Whoa.
So this, I'm telling you, trust me, we're going to find the best strategy that works for you, and I'm really hyped to show you what it is.
Okay, I'm curious to know.
So now you've answered your 5 questions,
Okay.
averaged out your score, and you're staring at a number between 0 and 10. But what does that number actually mean? Let's break it down. 0 to 1, the turtle, the slow and the steady. You're the player who breathes before they act. You're methodical. You find comfort in control. Maybe you brush your teeth slowly, and you would rather walk and take your time than being in a rush. You hate rushing. In game, this translates into consistency and durability. You don't want to be surprised. You want to outlast, outmaneuver, and out-defend your opponents. Your style, the team you should be using, the way you are in life, is that you have to play around balance, around patience, around bulk, and around control. You frustrate your opponents into submission. You're almost like an anaconda, the way you slowly grip your opponent to death. Or should we say like an Arbok or something, or a Viper. You are the mountain, and they crash into you. You are slow and steady. And that was if you scored between 0 and 1. If you scored between
So it's basically like, you know, the trick room wants what you can plan up to. I think, yeah. Shrey, you are in 3.4, so you're not a turtle. And I'm at 6.4, so I don't know what I am.
a 2 and a 3, you are what I call
Okay.
patience with power.
2 and a 3. So 2 and a 3. It's not 3.4.
But when you hit, you hit hard. You're like a dam holding back water. And when it breaks, when you want it to explode, it floods. However, this is not all the time, right? This is not the common way you are in terms of exploding, but you're a little bit slower. You're maybe not the first one to show up, but when you go, you're all in. That shows up in battle as bulky offense with a surprise burst, with an option to go crazy. You play slow until it's time to flip the switch. You should be using cores that we'll talk about in the next section that are about slow setup pressure. You are patience with power. You are patient with a big red button. And again, in the next section, we're going to go into that team or a few that you should use. If you score between a 4 and a 6, you are what I call the compass. You sit right in the middle. You
4 and a 6 is a compass.
You know the path forward. You're steady. You're balanced. You're directional. You like having a lot of options.
Shrey,
you don't want to play too slow.
you can
don't
go
wanna play
with
too fast, you
the
don't live life
compass,
too slow,
basically.
You don't live life too fast. You're the type of person who's very intentional in life. If you had a compass, you'll follow it, but you need it to show you where to go, how fast to move. In game, that directly correlates to.
So he said if you are from 2 to 3, you are basically the patience with the power. Oh, yeah, yo, calm down. He did mention that you are a patience with power. So that's what it falls around. So 3.4 is something like you can round it off for 3. And if you are rounding it for 4 also, 4, then you will be in the compass. The compass. That's what he's trying to say. The 4 to 6.
Too slow. You don't want to play too fast. You don't live life too slow. You don't live life too fast. You're the type of person who's very intentional in life. If you had a compass, you'll follow it, but you need it to show you where to go, how fast to move. In game, that directly correlates to balanced type teams that value 3 things: flexibility, tempo, and versatility. You like having a plan A, a plan B, and even a plan C. You play.
I was thinking
off
about
your
myself
opponent's
too.
speed, but also can choose to turn up the temperature whenever you want. You can go slow or fast. You are the one who decides. And again, in the next section, I'm going to give you multiple teams and their strengths about why you should use them. If you score between a 7 and an 8, you're a race car. You live fast, but you're not reckless. You're a fast car with brakes. You think quickly. You eat food fast. You drive the car always in the accelerator.
We figured out that I am I fall in the compass section where I am, you know, I can go both ways. And Shrey, the one who is watching right now with me stream, he falls under the patience, like, you know, the powerful retaliator with the special bulk and stuff. And yeah, these are the ones who actually if you have scored it and you got this scores like more than 7 to 8, I guess, you are a race car. And let's see what's this.
Fast offense that could have a backup plan, that could have a slow mode. I already have a couple of teams in mind that I want to show you. Some of these teams have even won regional championships. You are going to use the kind of teams that pressure early, then pivot when needed. Forcing the tempo and forcing your opponent to make errors, but while having the option to slow it down and take advantage of their reactivity to you. You love that edge of the seat momentum. You are a race car. And lastly, if you're a 9 to 10, you are a lightning bolt. You are the opposite of a turtle. You are chaos. You are pure chaos. And you're proud of it.
This is for you, the ones who got 9 to 10.
Drive fast, you shower fast, you get ready fast. You thrive in speed and in momentum. Pokemon is no different. I'm assuming you want games done in 5 turns. You play to smash, not to win damage trades. Your archetype is hyper offense. And in the next section, when I break you down your style specifically, I will give you multiple different kinds of teams that are exactly aligned to who you are. You take names or go down swinging. They react to you. You're not here for a long time, you're here for a good one. You're here to shock your opponents. You are the lightning bolt. So now that you know what you are, let me know down in the comments and let me know if that actually sounds like you in real life. Because if that does, I'm going to be showing you a team that was made for you. And you're gonna say, well, Darsh, I don't play Pokemon like this test is telling me I play like. Guess what? If you do, I am telling you right now, you will actually play better because it suits you. It's who you are. If this correlates with how you are in real life, I am promising you, you will get more results in the game. In the next section, I will break down each archetype's team, not just in theory, but with real builds, real examples, and what it feels like to play these teams in Regulation F. Again, if you want the speed manual with even more questions to refine your score, example teams for every single one with clickable, downloadable links to go right into your Pokemon Showdown game, comment the word speed. I have multiple teams for different scores and 20 questions. And my personal breakdown of every single one. Guys, just comment it and I'll send it to you, okay? Free, right to you, directly like the lightning bolt.
Should we do it, chat? Should we do it? Should I comment it? I wonder where Wolfie would land in his set. Oh, Wolfie's... I think Wolfie would fall in the compass. Like, you know, the way he slowdowns. He has a very good strategy. Not a racer. I don't think Wolfie's a racer, I think. Let's comment speed. And also, I got it. Wait. How will he send me... This is not Instagram, right? To have a direct DM, but anyway. Jagat 6.4. In test. I'm just putting it up comment, dude. Because he is really doing a great video, so why not? I did subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go hit a subscribe to his channel right away.
No turtle.
So let's continue.
No turtle. Alright, now let's get into the team sections, and it's time to dig a little deeper.
Okay. The
now
turtle.
Let's go into the player breakdowns with teams included and specific strategies that you should be using if this is your score. So right now, if you're a 0 to 1, you are a slow and steady. You are true patience, okay? It's superpower. I'm telling you it is. So don't let people tell you you're too slow. Your Pokemon teams are too balanced or too boring. Ignore the noise. You are slow in this case and on these kind of teams because you control the gravitational pace of the battle. You are the person that forces everyone to get sucked into your slow style of play. Your goal is simple. Survive early, set the pace, outlast everything. Slow and steady players should use teams that especially will thrive when the board is stable, positions are predictable, you have time to cycle intimidates, you have heals and defensive resources like Incineroar and Amoonguss. Your bulky attackers can come onto the field when they are perfectly safe. Your opponents have to overextend to try to break your teams down when you turn their impatience into free turns to advantage yourself. Your style is about winning the long game, not by stalling, even though you probably will at some points. When your win condition will typically look like in turns 1 to 3, establishing your defensive layers, intimidates, snarls, parting shots, screens even, removing key items with knockoff, and positioning your bulky sweepers. Turns 4 through 6, you're bringing in your slow breaker, okay? You're bringing in that big damage dealer. And I'm gonna share who it is in a second. But you're using your bulk to absorb their big damage. And also returning that fire with your own heavier attacks. And turn 6 plus in these end games that you're setting up for, your opponents are typically out of resources by now. Their offenses are lowered, or their status, or they're exhausted Pokemon with no PP left. Your bulk hasn't broken, and you sweep them with what's left. There are 5 things that work in your favor as this kind of player. These 5 advantages are: you don't tilt, others do. They want the game to end faster. You dragging it longer will affect their mentality, not yours. 2, you make fewer impulsive decisions.
Playing from here.
Plan does not rely on turn 1 or turn 2. You're more locked in for a longer period of time. Turn 3, you benefit benefit more from longer term advantages. You can play the longer game, even though you can punish them in the short term too. 4, you are better at positioning than they are and setting yourself up for these later game opportunities. And 5, you handle RNG better because it doesn't just ruin your game plan early in the game. So what I'm going to share with you now are the exact 2 teams that fit your speed. One of them used by an international champion, and one that was dominating tournaments at many levels that you can feature in your tournaments, in your locals, or even online. This team number 1 is Nils Dunlop's EUIC tournament winning team. Why does this fit your style? Because there are a lot of pieces that are bulky but are strongly aligned with this core. There's trick room for pacing. There's really thick bulk like Ursaluna and Porygon, Incineroar, Amoonguss. There's high survivability. There's guaranteed plays. Get your Ursaluna up with Flame Orb and Trick Room. There's attrition pressure. You have knockoff. You have Spore. You're recovering health while reducing their power. And you don't need to risk anything crazy. Your core pieces are Porygon with the Eviolite, Amoonguss with the Rocky Helmet to absorb pressure, Incineroar to control the board and slow their damage down with Fake Out to stop their momentum. Your main win con in Trick Room, Ursaluna with Guts and Flame Orb that does insane damage under Trick Room. Fluttermane with Substitute, yes, Substitute, to win trades and win the positioning battle outside of Trick Room. And then Urshifu Rapid Strike, your only fast pivot that plays safe but not reckless. How do you win with this team? I studied this team myself. I've played against it numerous times. You have to position your Porygon safely, get up Trick Room, use Amoonguss to spore their and bleed down their team slowly, and you will win games. You can take your time, play slow, and you will win. Nils' team doesn't win quick, but it wins tournaments, the biggest ones in history. It wins inevitably, like Thanos. But it takes a lot longer than that. This other team that you can see right now is Esteban Molina's team. It also features Ursaluna, but has a Cresselia element as well. It's a defensive fortress with spiky offense, okay? The different main pieces having Cresselia, Lunar Blessing, Trick Room, Helping Hand, and Moon Blast. It does a lot of support, a lot of control, and it's really bulky. The idea is very similar to the last team, using Cresselia and Incineroar and Ogerpon to set up Trick Room, where Ursaluna can sweep under Trick Room. But also you have a Choice Specs Fluttermane that can do a lot of damage outside of it to maybe set up Trick Room later in the mid game or the end game next to Ursaluna for later. Your opponent's energy collapses while they try to break you down, or you break down their heavy hitters before your Trick Room goes up. It's a really strong team. For a lot of you slow players, this archetype will feel right with you because in a format that can feel rushed, chaotic, hectic, what this will make you feel is calm, safe, in control, predictive, and most important, confident and empowered. This is a team that rewards that patience, that discipline, that intention, and emotional stability. Your life speed becomes your battle speed.
Wait, what? I would love seeing you use a team from each archetype and play 5 to 10 matches each and see if what Darsh'S says matches. I think that's a good creative video idea. I think I need to consider that.
With those two,
I'll definitely give it a try, man. I'll definitely give it a try. That's actually a good idea.
things align, you stop fighting with your nature. You're enjoying taking your time. You start playing like yourself. And that's when you're gonna level up. I'm telling you right now. So guys, use these two teams. The link is in the description. And again, comment the word speed if you want the full guide. All right, now we're going on to the second speed, what I call precision or patience with power. Now, if your speed score was between a 2 and a 3, you are someone who has a lot of patience, but you have that bit of power. You like that having that big red button to press.
Regulation F is a format of for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC. Allows Pokemon from the Paldea, Kitakami and Blueberry. So you are only allowed to use Pokemons which are available in these 3 regions. Plus specific list of event exclusive or other Pokemon available. Like the Forces of Nature, Tri or Legend Beast and several like this. The legends can be used. There are certain limitations. But yeah, again, the level cuts are till 50. And there are certain limitations which can be used. But majorly focused on all these 3 regions and some lists given. And you can use Latios, Latias, Cresselia and some other legendary Pokemons are allowed in this format right now. So yeah.
When you need to go crazy on the offensive. You are a slower person that has the tendencies to go fast when you need to go fast. When you value that. You're not slow, you're deliberate. You're not fast, you're selective. You're the quiet type who people might underestimate or right up until the moment when you decide to strike. You're the kind of person that takes a lot of time before making a powerful decision, who likes to make the right decision, who observes a lot before committing. But once they realize that they can go crazy, they do it. They can go fast, they do it. You like structure with the opportunity to explode. When you're playing the game, if you're using teams that you prefer that are like you, that resonate, you say, let me set up for for just a second, then I'll ruin your whole board. Your ideal game plan that would work for you, I'm telling you this will work for your personality type, your speed score in life, is stabilizing first and then exploding second. Your goal is to build that early stability, and with teams I will show you will thrive when you have a solid defensive layer. You can reposition your hitters
these
in
are
and
for
out.
like,
you
know,
can
2 to 4.
control the pace, the weather, the terrain.
2 to
you
3,
can
I mean.
pivot between calm and chaos, and there's always an escape hatch if necessary. A big red button. In the early phase, you're setting up screens. You're setting up status effects. You're whittling things down, or you have the hyper offensive go mode that can do a lot of pieces and slow things down later. And then in the mid game is where your signature moment arrives. Ogre Pawn and Wellspring that has followed me in support, yes, but
we have seen this video in the
critical
I
hit.
think I don't know if it's in the
You have
stream.
Landorus that has substitute and life orb to do insane damage trades and also stall out turns that they might want to pressure you with. And lastly, Raging Bull, a Pokemon that is very bulky, again, that matches your slow play style and controls with Snarl and Electro Web. Both that Assault Vest and 4 attacks, you're always doing consistent damage. How do you win with this team? I'm going to tell you right now. Start with Ninetales and setting up Aurora Veil. You can have a flexible partner. You can have Intimidate on Arcanine, you're going to follow me on Ogerpon, or even Articuno for the Blizzard mode. But once you get Veil up, create that wall, and then bring in Articuno, bring in Landorus, bring in Hisui and Arcanine in the back when they're safe to go crazy. And then you can use those Pokemon, even like Raging Bolt or Landorus, to clean up the game. You win by controlling those opening turns and then dominating everything else once the beginning is ready. See what I did there? Ready? And Team 2 is another one that I recommend you guys use. It's a menacing team. Davide Calderuccio got top 8 at EYC with this team that is featuring a famous core of Dondozo, Tinglu, Gouging Fire, Dragonite, and Qianpao. This team is peak 2 to 3.
I don't know it is, no
It
worries.
has that slow structure of Yawn Dozo next to Tinglu where you literally cannot break it with even Burning Bulwark, Gouging Fire. Then it has that insane go button with Dragonite and Qianpao. It has that really big bulk with that burst of offense. You build the foundation, Yawn, Sand Tomb, Protect, Ruination, and then Dragonite Choice Man comes in there, blows it all up. The idea is you open with Tinglu Dozo, frustrate them, cycle them, do some insane status and trapping and just board control. And then you beat them in the late game with your Insane Knight and Qianpao. Or even your Choice Specs Goldango. You wait for that moment of bad positioning and boom, you take over the game. Or you lead Dragonite and Qianpao, break all their hitters, so when you bring in your Goldango in the back, or your Dozo Tinglu, they can't outstall you, they can't outlast your insane damage trades, that insane bulk, and you'll win by removing early to trap them in the game later. There's so many ways to play this team, and it's so bulky, but it has that go mode. So you build slowly, then knock them over in one giant wave when they're least expecting it. The reason why this archetype will feel really right with you if this was your score between a 2 and a 3 is that you get the safety of slower plays, but you don't get bored. You get the power of fast players, but you don't get overwhelmed of being too volatile. You get to choose when the big plays happen. You aren't forced into
It's Alolan Ninetales, right? Which is your thing. So you fell for the 3 categories. So yeah, that's your team right there. It's literally right there. The team is literally right there.
Boom! You flip the board. You destroy their game plans. You take that game for yourself. And that feeling of playing patient but finishing powerful Pokemon off and winning that game is one of the best feelings ever in Pokemon. I fit into this scorecard myself. So you already know I'm going to be trying one of these teams out.
This is what Darsh trying to say. You should go with the team which is meant for you, and literally you got the score 3 and Vulpix fall. Like, you know, the Ninetales literally fall for that. Alolan Ninetales, Alolan Vulpix, because, you know, see, Darsh tried to say that you should go with the teams which is meant to be in your relevant thing. So yeah, that's actually a cooler one.
You naturally are, right? At the end of the day. And when your team matches your identity, and your confidence will explode, I promise you that, your win rate will rise. And again, in the description, I will put these 2 team pastes right in there, or you can comment the word speed and I'll send it to you with a guide, with importables, with all that good stuff. Let me know if these 2 teams resonate with you, if you are a 2 to 3 score player. Let me know. I'm actually curious if you like these ideas for you yourself.
The compass, this is where I come.
4 and a 6, then you are the compass. You move with balance. You adapt with purpose. You are up and down. You are right in the middle. You don't live on extremes. You don't panic. Sometimes you move fast. Sometimes you move slow, but you're averaged out right in that middle somewhere. That's who you are as a player. You trust your gut. Your gut is smart. You learn from experiences, not just instructions. You adapt always based off your environment. You like flow more than strict plans, and you can slow down or speed up for whatever situation arises. You're not the most aggressive, you're not the most patient, but what you are is centered. You bring yourself alignment, you bring feel, you bring trust in yourself. You are the compass. When this comes to Pokemon and how to
Dude, he's making me feel like I'm a, center character right now. I'm the main character here, and he's like, you're that, you're this, you're the best, you're the. Oh my god, that's so sweet of you, Darsh.
actually win with this, you don't rely on one rigid plan, one rigid strategy. You can't use D-Knight Chin Pound. You expect to blow through teams like that. That's not how you play. You pick up the rhythm of the game and have adjustments that come up as needed. Sometimes it means pressuring early, but sometimes it means being more reactive and slowing the game down. But that flexibility is your greatest weapon. You have Protect, you have Fake Out, you have Recovery, you have Terrain, you have Priority Damage, you have Setup, you have it all. And oftentimes, your game plans look like this, where in turn 1 and turn 2, you're scouting out your opponent, you're observing, you're not going all in, you're protecting, you're clicking Fake Out, you're pivoting, you're feeling out your opponent's rhythm. You set the terrain, you set the weather, you're controlling the battle of the board. You're often running Protect, Fake Out, the turns I've mentioned before. In turns 3 to turns 5 is when you slowly start to shift gears. You're positioning your sweep, you're positioning your setup, you're slowly getting ready to dominate the game. You move like water almost, flowing through the game plans. Okay, this didn't work, pivot. This didn't work, pivot over to this. You're always switching things up to require to what's necessary. You're adaptable. And then every turn after that, you're winning through damage trades. You're trading damage effectively. Pokemon for Pokemon. You found your way home and you are conserving key pieces and knocking out theirs. Your goal is to be in sync with the battle. Why does this kind of strategy fit your style of personality? Is because you're the bridge between all styles, all speeds. You are the avatar. You don't want to sit around
I am the avatar.
to take too long. You don't want to stall with toxic spikes, but you also don't want to go tailwind, make it rain, and risk it all on their calcs that they might not survive. You prefer versatility over brute force, and you like having options. This style gives you safety without boredom. It gives you mid-game flexibility, and it gives you diverse win conditions. You can win with early game Fluttermane and just spamming Dazzling Gleam, Choice Specs, Terra Fairy. You can win in the mid-game with Calm Mind setup, Raging Bolt, hint hint about the team I'm going to show you, or a late-game redirection sweep with a Moongus next to your Urshifu. The best Compass teams give you every single tool, from Fake Out to redirection to terrain to status to priority, all of it. And it lets you decide what tools you want to use based on what you see. Now I want to show you 2 teams that will perfectly show you how to win more if you are a 4 to 6, that even if you are a not performing player, will help you break out just like it did for this player.
For some reason, this reminded me of last episode of Stranger Things 5. Don't spoil it.
EUIC, the European International Championship, that's never made top cut before in his life, using a Raging Bolt Calm Mind setup team.
Okay. Okay, wait. So there are 2 fake out mons here, which is Incin and Rillaboom, and it's a good, parting shots. And Incin is always having the same setup. Parting shot, fake out, knock off, and you are using either Flare Blitz or you can use anything at that point with that one slot. Rillaboom is gonna be having a Grassy Surge terrain with Fake Out activated Wood Hammer. It hasn't even come out. Who said Stranger Things season 5 hasn't come out? Stranger Things season 5 part 1 has already come out. I do understand the choice specs, Fluttermane with the Dazzling Gleam and the Shadow Ball. Urshifu depends whether he's saying water type or the dark type. Well, follow me with the Ogerpon, the Fire Mask and the Raging Bolt. Okay.
This was the ultimate breakout team with an adaptive layered squad built around Raging Bolt with Calm Mind. It can play fast with Thunderclap, set up with Calm Mind, recover with Leftovers and Protect, and win damage trades over and over and over again while healing up. Because not only does it have Leftovers, there's a whole Rillaboom with it as well. Assault Vest to Fake Out to enable the Calm Mind, and then stagger the Leftovers with the grassy terrain. But then it also has the ability to enable its partner and use U-turn to partner with Ogerpon Hearthflame, a really powerful offensive attacker. It's a delete button that gives you redirection as well. Pair that with another damage doer in Urshifu, now you have a Fire Water Grass Core that has Protect. So now instead of Choice Scarf on a more aggressive style or Choice Band, you can Protect. You can switch out. You can have Priority Aqua Jet as well. And the last 2 pieces are control pieces as well, like Incineroar with Fake Out, with Parting Shot, to again set up your board for that Raging Bolt to eat hits and do damage back. And lastly, another Protect Fairy type user in Booster Speed Flutter Mane. The Icy Wind enables your Urshifu, enables your Ogre,
it's not choice based,
enables your Rillaboom,
yeah.
even enables your Raging Bolt. And this 6 combined goes crazy because how you win is you open with a safe lead. Rillaboom, Flutter. Rillaboom plus Flutter Mane or Insect. Do some damage, do some pivoting, reduce some of their opponent's stats. Once you scout out their pieces, you're bringing in your setup beast in Raging Bolt. You're setting up those combines. You're getting up that boost. You're getting set up to go on a crazy tear. And then lastly, you keep rotating out the supports with Incineroar, with Rillaboom, with Ogerpon, and you're letting Raging Bolt just...
So it has a Among Us, which is a redirector, and I think, you know, the Spore Killer, and the Incin again for the fake outs. I got even the, you know, the water type based Ogerpon, which has again the redirections, and the booster energy, I forgot its name, but I still didn't get it. What is Roaring Moon and a Raging Bolt doing here? But
a lot of core Pokemon on the same exact team. Fire, Water, Grass Core, Flutter Mane to do damage, and a setup Dragon type Pokemon. But this time it has Raging Bolt, but instead of Raging Bolt setup, it's Assault Vest, and the dragon that sets up is Roaring Moon. Some of you call it Roaring Mid, but I think it's a great Pokemon in this format. The core pieces are Incineroar and Amoonguss with Ogerpon Wellspring. This trio is a Fire, Water, Grass Core that controls the board. It lowers damage, it recovers yourself, it redirects Urshifu damage, and it fakes out your opponent. It lets these 3 pivot consistently to eat hits, do damage back, and set up a favorable board state for your sweepers, which in this case there are 3 of them. There's Assault Vest Raging Bolt that wins damage trades with your Assault Vest, and Incineroars with Parting Shot and Fake Out, you're always lowering their damage, increasing your own, and doing more back. You also have a mode that is Ogerpon Wellspring and Amoonguss next to a Choice Specs Flutter Mane. What does this mean? Double redirection on Terra, Fairy, Specs, Dazzling Gleam, or Moonblast. It's insane damage, and just redirect, damage, redirect, damage, redirect, damage. And your last mode, my personal favorite, is setting up your Roaring Moon. This is with Incineroar, Ogerpon Wellspring, Amoonguss, and Roaring Moon. You set up the board so your booster attack Roaring Moon can come in and click Dragon Dance over and over and over and get that Terra Fairy, that Terra Flying Acrobatics plus knockoff to run over.
watching this, I would love to add Darsh to my community. There you go. See, I told you, Darsh is actually a good creator, dude. I found him randomly on when I was searching for the VGCs, you know, players like Wolfie, and then I found this guy, and he's actually good. If he's using Assault Vest to Raging Bolt, how is he using Calm Mind? He's not using Assault Vest to Raging Bolt for a Calm Mind. Wait. What did he say? Wait.
Incineroars with Parting Shot. It fakes out your opponent. It lets these 3 pivot consistently to eat hits, do damage back, and set up a favorable board state for your sweepers, which in this case there are 3 of them. There's Assault Vest Raging Bolt that wins damage trades with your Assault Vest, and Incineroars with Parting Shot and Fake Out, you're always lowering their damage, increasing your own, and doing more back. You also have a mode that is...
No, he didn't say about using Calm Mind for a Raging Bolt, I guess. Yeah, you are not using Calm Mind for the Raging Bolt when you are giving it Assault Vest, I think.
Ogerpon Wellspring and Amoonguss next to a Choice Specs Flutter Mane. What does this mean? Double redirection on Terra, Fairy, Specs, Dazzling Gleam, or Moonblast. It's insane damage, and just redirect, damage, redirect, damage, redirect, damage. And your last mode, my personal favorite, is setting up your Roaring Moon. This is with Incineroar, Ogerpon Wellspring, Amoonguss, and Roaring Moon. You set up the board so your booster attack Roaring Moon can come in and click Dragon Dance over and over and over and get that Terra Fairy, that Terra Flying Acrobatics plus knockoff to run over teams. It's insane. You win by establishing early control. This is typically again with Incineroar, Flutter Mane, and Amoonguss. When number 2, you scout their plan. Once you scout their plan, your damage doer, which is either Flutter Mane, Raging Bolt, or Roaring Moon, will absolutely just tear the field apart once you get in the right position. Your idea is Incineroar and Amoonguss are your main controllers. Ogerpon and your Raging Bolt are your middle of the game kind of versatile glue guys, and your Flutter Mane and your Roaring Moon overwhelm your opponent. This team feels right because of those exact core pieces of controlling everything, having fast, having slow, and having versatility in every single way possible. The game respects your presence with this team. Your opponents have to start guessing. They don't know which mode you're gonna play, but you are adaptive and prepared for anything. You never fall behind. And when the moment comes to strike, you're exactly in the right spot. So yeah, that's what the Compass does. And those are the 2 teams that I would be personally using if this is the speed that you personally fall into. Hey, balanced speed means you're a balanced player. That's what it is, guys. If you are a 7 or an 8, now we're
I do have pretty much like, many doubts here regarding to it, but once we try it ourselves, I guess we're gonna figure it out. And what's wrong in giving a try? It's all about practice. And I think I do need to try other teams as well. Like, he has given two options when it comes to my speed tires, what I have been broken down into. But we'll see the racer and even the the final one. We'll see that.
things up. Because you are not a full-blown chaos guy. You are not fully chaos. You're not fully out of control. However, you move with speed and a lot of purpose and conviction. You get things done fast, but you're not always the first one done. You're not always rushing. You see things before others do. You're quicker to get to the answer. And you prefer momentum over waiting. You're assertive, you're skilled, you're calculating, and you trust yourself to make the right reads and execute fast in life. You're not reckless, but you're refined in your velocity. You're always looking, in Pokemon at least, for the turn where you can win the game. Your ideal game plan here is where you build momentum and then go. You never let go. Race car players, like yourself, don't just go fast in a straight line. They hug turns. You adapt mid-drive and you corner at full speed with precision. That's exactly how you play VGC. In turns 1 and 2, you're slamming pressure in their face with a tailwind, icy wind, or fast threats. You threaten immediate damage or speed control. And you happen to build a game state where you dictate what happens next. The caveat is that you have defensive pieces in there just in case you have to control the board. Turns 3 to 5, you're pivoting, or you're doubling down on your offensive-based game plans. You're punishing greed, you're punishing hesitation, you're punishing over-defensive teams and players. You're moving faster, and by turn 6 plus, you've either already won or you've already broke their defensive shell. You're cleaning up with your fast threats, and you're never letting the pressure drop. The reason why these kind of strategies and these kind of game plans fit your personal style of play is because race cars aren't YOLO. They are efficient machines designed to hit every single checkpoint quickly. You have early agency. You use strategies like Tailwind, the choice scarf on Pokemon like Urshifu, Booster Speed Flutter, moves like Icy Wind. You have speed control options early in the game. You have mid-game sweeps, but balance tools as well, like Incineroar, Amoonguss, Tornadus, Fluttermane. You have the ability to break when needed. And lastly, you have pressure on every front.
Wait, these are the mons I've been using, like, while practicing, and I've been effing it up. I have been effing it up using all these, like, wait, let me show it to you. See, this is my regulation F team, which is like literally having a Tornadus, having a Rapid Urshifu, having Insane, Amoonguss. This is literally the team what is he explaining right now. Oh my god.
Force teams that have answers to your speed, to your power, to your pivots, to your personal win conditions. Most players only solve one thing at a time. You're hitting them with all of it at once. So now I want to show you two teams that I personally know that are offensive teams that have the break as every race car should, where both of these teams won regional championships. Both of them. Ooh. One with the GOAT, Wolf Glick, where he used this team to not only top cut.
Yo, Shrey, you predicted it, dude. You predicted him. You predicted him to be in the racer. Oh my god, man. Shrey, there you go.
The European International Championships,
racer.
but then win Orlando Regionals the week later, going back to back. This team is a blueprint for a high-speed balance. It hits hard, it moves fast, and never gives up positioning. It's insane. These are the core pieces. Urshifu with Scarf. Go first, do damage, but have pivots. You have Tornadus that has Tailwind for the Urshifu, but not only that, it has Rain Dance for it as well, to make sure it's doing damage.
I told you Wolfie is a racer.
Also enables its two other sweepers in Fluttermane, boost your special attack, and also Landorus with Life Orb. These four Pokemon build up that super aggressive offensive core that benefits in the rain like Urshifu, but also Landorus with Sandsear Storm. But then that physical and special combo of Urshifu and Fluttermane as well. However, the reason why this team has that gas mode is because it has breaks like Incineroar and Amoonguss, the biggest glue in VGC. Incineroar.
It sounded like you said Wolfie is a racist. No, I said he's a racer. Did I say racist, chat? Did I seriously say racist? Wolfie is a racist. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that later.
Parting shot to slow things down in position. Has Terra Grass to benefit from not being hit by Spore, but also if you get knocked off, you have Spore, you have Terra Grass still, but also to protect yourself from fire type moves in the rain. And lastly, you have Amoonguss, his MVP of this team, he said, because you have redirection, you have Spore, and of course protect. These race cars sometimes need that break to control the board again, and Amoonguss does exactly that. The way you win with this team, that I seen Wolf win at 2 different tournaments consistently with this team, is that you lead with
we need to check Wolfie using the Steam chat. We need to check Wolfie's video or anything which is based on this.
Tornadus and Amoonguss, but he leads with at least a fast Pokemon on lead. He forces Tailwind or pressures early damage. Then he pivots and controls the middle of the game with Incineroar or Amoonguss to re-control the board, control some status, lower some damage, get pressure with Fake Out. And then lastly, he goes crazy. Sets up Substitute on his Urshifu, or positions a late game redirection plus damage doer sweep. And this is Wolfie's way of going fast, calculated, and layered, all in control by doing insane damage while also controlling the speed while reducing their damage and putting them to sleep. It's an insane way he's built this offensive team that plays defensively as well. It's not YOLO, it's genuinely a race car engineer built team like Formula One. And the second team is very similar in concept. It has Tornadus, it has Rain, it has setup, it has damage, but it was used by former world champion, and this time Knoxville regional champion, Toller Webb, who I've actually beaten in the past in my winning it in Milwaukee in Regulation I last year. This is another refined version of
Regulation
I,
I.
a little bit different. The core pieces, again, are a rain mode with Tornadus, enabling his Urshifu, his Ogerpon Wellspring, and his Goldango. And then his glue guys, instead of Incineroar and Amoonguss, are Incineroar and Raging Bolts. This 6 combined is a really offensive rain team that has those key pieces like Incineroar, Ogerpon, and Raging Bolt to have that balance mode as well. The way you win with this team is open and do a lot of pressure with Incineroar, with Tornadus and Urshifu, using Ogerpon and Incineroar to stabilize the board state, and then running people over with your Goldango, Urshifu, and a Raging Bolt in the back. Toller's team, as you watched it, is surgical. It does insane power. He always is in control somehow, and it wins real trophies. This team feels right with you.
Anyway, I knew he's a race car. He literally made Dracovic set in
early speed control. You're punishing greed. You're applying pressure. You know when to go turbo and when to drift. You're always 1 to 2 turns ahead in thought or in action. You're playing with genuine confidence. You're forcing their hand and you're taking your shot. The best part is that you're doing it over and over and over again, giving your opponent no time to think. Because you're not just fast, you're not just good, but you're a freaking race car. And the finish line is always in reach with teams like this. Let me know if you're a race car in the comments if you want these teams as well. Because I know if Wolf and Toller, 2 previous world champions, 2 regional champions with this team works if it's your play style. So give it a try.
See, I'm just telling you, I did fall 6.4. Doesn't mean I can round figure it to 6. I also can work around 7 as well. So let's see. I will be working around these 2, 6 and 7, the race car teams, which is of Wolfie and the guy, I forgot his name. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names. A Taller Webb's what he said. So I can work around that as well, and even the team, what he told at the end.
Last but not least, if you're a fast mover, get ready and strap in, because this is for you.
The lightning
If your
boy.
score was higher than everything we've seen so far, you're in the 9s and 10s, you are a lightning bolt. You don't like sitting still. You can't. Your brain's moving 100 miles per hour. You got no patience, bro. You move fast, decide fast, and live faster. When you know what you want, you act immediately. You're high energy. You want results. I get it. When something feels right, you trust yourself to go all in. But you're not just fast, you're good, you're effective. You are the moment. And if the opportunity arises itself, it's already done. In VGC, this really aligns with yourself because there's a whole playstyle built around your personality, your speed of life. Your ideal game plan is go first, hit hard, and never look back. That's you. Lightning bolts don't ask for permission to win. They just do it. Your ideal game plan is honestly the most simple out of all of these players, but that does not mean it should be underestimated. You're slamming immediate speed control, tailwind, trick room, or speed boosts, or priority. You're launching insane damage as well. Specs heat wave, expanding force, Terra Normal extreme speed. You're taunting all of their support. You're imprisoning their trick room. You're putting them in a decision-making blender. They're reacting to you. They don't have a say. And then every turn after that is literally just finishing the game and taking knockouts. turns 3 to 5 and more, are chaining together blow after blow, are exploding one threat at a time, and then using follow.
Dude, I swear to God, there might be, you know,
you have to
Reggie
maintain
Eliki in
speed
this.
though at all costs.
I swear,
And
Reggie
lastly,
Eliki
if
will
you're
be
in
there
turn
in
6
this.
or more, something went wrong and you're probably already lost. But if it happens, you have to use your priority damage. Lightning bolts either win the game early or force the game into a panic state to where you still somehow control the outcome. Why does this fit your personality type? It's because these strategies reward people who know how to commit, who love explosive lifestyles and love how to play explosively, who don't have the patience, and who don't want to stall or wear things down.
This team is for the one who don't have patience.
Because this archetype gives you immediate threats. Specs Chi-Yu, Booster Iron Crown, Choice Scarf Urshifu, Tailwind Tornadus. It gives you fast speed control, Tailwind Tornadus, Trick Room Verdurat. It also gives you layered coverage.
Oh, you can also use Trick Rooms, right?
You still get all of those tools. And lastly, it gives you no fear. This style rewards confidence. You'll learn faster. Because your games are shorter, you're gonna learn more. You'll win faster, but you also lose faster too, but that means you're gonna grow as a player. So now I wanna give you two incredible hyper-offensive teams that have both made top 8s, won thousands of dollars, and will make you learn play fast and aggressive. Number one is Stephen Mia's top cutting team that is called the Casino team for whatever reason. It's momentum from turn 0, smart chaos, and instant win pressure. The core pieces are built around Chi-Yu with choice specs. Yes, you heard me right. One of the strongest special attackers alive. Beads of Ruin and specs is no joke. Heat Wave nuking everything. Overheat OHKOing almost everything. And if you lead this, they scramble. This is combined with other sweepers like Urshifu with choice scarf or Focus Sash. Fluttermane with the booster item because you can't have choice specs twice. And then Tornadus to Tailwind through the whole team. There's also some glue pieces like Follow Me Ogerpon and Meteor Beam Glamora with Protect, or in this case, Spiky Shield. How you win is you lead insane offense like Chi-Yu and Glamora, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Tornadus, and Urshifu. You blast them in the early game with these Beads of Ruin, choice specs, booster speed, just insane damage. Then you get that weird middle game Tailwind or redirection with Tornadus and Ogerpon, and you clean up the end game with another offensive piece. That's how you play in a straight line and do insane damage.
Dude, that is insane, dude.
It's maximum velocity, maximum speed, maximum damage. Hit hard, play fast, and don't let go. The second team is very similar with another famous.
But that's very scary to use, dude. If you end up facing an opponent which has a Trick Room uses, and which has a massive, defensive stuff, you're just effed. You're just effed over there. Right there. And a miss move, you're gone. And the accuracy also matters very much in this team, I guess.
Meta. Joseph Russell made top 8 at EUIC with this strategy. The controlled chaos of size spam with Iron Crown. The core pieces are using Didi, Iron Crown, and Tornadus. Psychic terrain, spread damage, and speed control. Not only that, Tornadus has spread damage with priority speed control with Bleak Wind Storm and Tailwind. And Didi has Follow Me to support, has the ability Psychic Surge that gives you Psychic Terrain. That means you stop priority and boost expanding forces that your booster attack or booster speed Iron Crown has. Expanding force nukes everything. Tachyon Cutter ignores Focus Ashes, and Terra Blast Water or Ground punishes the resists. Not only that, you have 3 other insane damage dealers with Ogerpon Fire, Hearthflame, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Reggie Drago. 3 insane damage nukes. Ooh. The idea is you control the speed, you get up Tailwind, and you blow up whatever Pokemon blows up.
Wait, he's not using Reggie, which I thought he might be using. Why no one is using Thundurus? I think it also depends, dude. It very much depends. There might be players you might, look into using Thunders, but it's very, very, tricky. This is what Darsh's POVs are. Right? There might be other creators who might be doing with Thunders and stuff. We have to explore, man. We have to explore a lot of stuff.
So their team up. It's really that quite simple. How to do as much damage possible as fast as possible. And this is how you win. Lead Tailwind plus a sweeper. Either get a Trick Room if you want with a DD, but mainly do damage in second terrain and block their priority. Once you have that, win your damage trades aggressively. Just keep spamming your highest damage attacks consistently. Just really all you have to do is stay ahead of the damage curve. This team is the most hyper offensive team ever. So just go first and do a lot of damage.
This team, what he's about to show now, is the hyper offensive team ever, dude. Let's see that.
It doesn't stall, it dominates. Turn 1, apply pressure. You're always 1 turn away from an insane checkmate. You have to just move fast enough to see it. This kind of team will always feel right with you because Lightning Bolts want to play the game like this. Insane pressure, turn 1 knockouts, turn 2 knockouts, turn 3 knockouts. Let your opponent pause. Let them hesitate. They will try to recover recover, but they can't. And you want to clean up before they can adjust. This playstyle will genuinely feel natural if you like building momentum, if you hate Star Wars, not Star Wars, Star Wars, and if you're willing to lose faster to win faster next time. Lightning bolts don't have to be reckless, they're just done waiting. And if you want to use one of these two teams again, comment the word speed and I will send it to you. Or just let me know in the comments if these resonates well with you, because if you're a fast player, please use one of these teams. If you're a fast walker, a fast driver, a fast showerer, these teams are made for you, okay? Trust me on that. Let me know in the comments how these are for you in practice. All right. Now you've seen all the archetypes, all 5 different speed levels after answering all 5 questions. From the slow and steady tanks to the lightning bolt nukes. Every single one of these styles can take you to the top if it matches how you move through life. It wasn't about the battle speed, okay? It wasn't about your spreads. It wasn't about your battling teams that you've always used. This is about you, the way you think, the way you train, the way you show up at tournaments and live your life outside of the game. And when your playstyle finally fits with your lifestyle, oh my God, are you kidding? That's when growth becomes automatic. That's when you feel in flow state all the time. Just think about it. If you play how you exist, your teams and your battles will feel like an extension of yourself in life. You will naturally do better and feel more aligned to how you are growing. That's when you feel again in flow. That's when you start winning more with less stress. Like, think about it this way. If you're in a Pokemon tournament and every turn you have to go to think in a different way than you're used to thinking about life in general, turns will cost more mental utility, more mental thought process, and you will actually take a longer time making more stressful decisions about teams that move in a way that you don't normally move. You're causing yourself a harder time in tournaments. So that's why I created this video, so you can be more aligned and do better faster. I'm just trying my best to help you guys. I'm just trying my best, okay? And again, if you want to go deeper and find out your true exact speed to the very decimal with 20 more personality-based questions and 2 full sample teams for each different speed, that's 10 different teams. Just comment the word speed and I'll send it to you for free, guys. Comment the word speed, okay? Please. And let me know what you guys think. This thing is packed. I spent a lot of time creating this. It helps you build teams, train smarter, and gives you teams that you can use right now. 100% free, made for players like you and me. I'm creating what I wish I had, to be honest, okay? And if you like this video, just leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to watch a video that I can break down your personality to see how other players view you and to see how you can view them, watch this video to beat any kind of player based on their personality type. And if you want to also see 3 team archetypes that will help you win faster right now and overachieve, 3 specific strategies that I haven't talked about in this video, or I might have, watch this video right here, okay? I appreciate you guys so much. Wish me luck in this international championships in Brazil. I will see you guys later. Peace.
I think the ones who are following up with the VGC tournaments, Darsh might be participating in that, so do definitely go and check it out. And yep, we just watched a Darsh video on the, on how he builds a Regulation F, or how he's suggesting us to build a Regulation F teams. And he's the one who also defeated Wolfie in one of the tournament, and he also made in a top cut for the World Championship. And right now he is actually in Brazil's regional tournament VGC, and which is live, I guess, mostly. So yep, I just wanted to check whether how to build a Regulation F team, because that's the current format for the practice, and in Showdown there is no other formats which is available, like on the Reg H so I've been very much very shocked why Showdown is like that right now. So yeah, we'll figure out what the answers are for that. But right now we just saw Darsh on explaining on how to build a Regulation F, and he has a lot of question asked, and we answer for it, and we got the score, and we got to know what teams we need to work around. And if you didn't subscribe to his channel, go and subscribe to Darsh. He's really good. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel as well, do hit a subscribe. Thank you so much for watching it. It's me, Supernova, signing off. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.